before my time.
The company relationship?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It was all King Midas Flower was, and we would. Let's take the Mississippi River as one. Has anyone ever gone down the Mississippi? I know Rhodey has got a whole book. I have. Harry and I did the whole thing, from St. Paul to St. Louis. Say the first half of it is a lot of locks, and you find these boats pushing just acres and acres of barges, and a lot of them would have PV on them, or Mary Morrison, or all sorts of things. I never got one named for me, but there would be all of the.
If you'd been nicer to me, you would have. If you'd been nicer to me, I would have done that.
But so everywhere we went, we would see these big PVs, including up in Duluth, where my brother Jack was for a while. We were talking about this yesterday on the way up. How magnificently important this big grain and transfer through the Great Lakes, down the Mississippi to Europe and wherever. I can't quite, since I moved to California in 7th grade, so I know my dad and my brothers were all involved with the PV company in different areas. So Frank was, Mark was in flour.
Yes.
Frank was feeding grain. I don't know what Jack was. Jack, when he was with me, he was.
Jack retired right before I was hired.
A lovely story, which kind of, there was a great guy that was the caddy master at the Minnetonka Club in Minneapolis. And my dad was a great golfer, great lover of golf. And he liked this guy really a lot. He hired him to kind of keep an eye on Frank and Mark. We've lost our mother. And they take him to Monaco. This was also where Eric Nordstrom before him, and Eric, where are you? He's named after him. And we have lots of Fritzes named after Fritz. This other guy that was the caddy master, and he worked for Dad and the family still, and he was at the University of Minnesota studying. So Dad said, he's a great guy. Why don't you come work for the PV company? Well, he did. His name was Fritz Corrigan, and he became president. Which I think is one of the most wonderful people I have ever known. I loved him dearly, just loved him dearly. But I think in everything we did, I could go on and on and on. We were taught. How many remember Johnny Hartman, who taught us all the singing? Oh my God! Look at this. There was one of the greatest people I ever knew. He started the whole Red Cross system. He was the Blake coach of the famous, you saw some pictures of the famous Heffelfinger Smith relay team from Blake School. Taught us all to swim. And when I turned 15, and this is not just my dad, this is, I think, the feeling of the Heffelfinger family. We could get our driver's license, and I thought, oh, wow, this is going to be great. Dad said, you are to report at Lake Calhoun to Johnny Hartman tomorrow morning at 8:30. You are teaching swimming to the blue red feather kids with Johnny. And I said, I am. And I got there, and Johnny was just a simple, he was close to all of the members of the family. And tough, with a heart about this big. So we were taught to reach out in so many ways. We saw it at the Historical Society the day before yesterday. And I know in our family, we try to do everything we possibly can for our communities. We have been given so much. We are so lucky. We all know there are problems have been in the family, but every family has problems and losses. I think we're pretty special, and I think we're pretty funny and very loving. As far as reaching, this is what I would say, and I think it's through the company. Granddad started it. He always gave back. My dad Dad did, Uncle Peavy did, George, they all did. Your mom gave to everybody. And I can see you all doing this too, yeah.
What we're